Hello, users! So you might be a little surprised if you've watched the entirety of Sunday Runday so far. I was originally going to do cubics, and then I went to go switch the games, and I went like this, and there's no game. So, I'm going to do the all bosses run in Muppet RaceMania instead. Alright, so the All Bosses run is a New Game Plus run. Like I mentioned in the previous, there is a difference between New Game Plus and that basically the only difference is that all the cutscenes are played and that you have all the characters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and skip all the cutscenes so we're running up through. And this will be the 4th run this week instead of being next week instead. Hopefully I'll find Cubics by next week. I know all the Cubics fans are upset. I know everyone that watched Rayman Rush was like, oh shit, we're going to see Cubics. I'm sorry. I got to find it. I think I know where it is. It's just a matter of finding where that is. You know what I mean? So like, I think it's in one of my disc binders somewhere. And I don't know where that is, so oops. I fucked up. But, you know, it's always a good day to play more Mupp. Oh yeah, I forgot that, my splits are a little eccentric.
Made it to Broadway.
Yep, and I already got tickets.
You did? Are they good seats?
They sure are. They're for the next train out of town.
Go!
You'll understand why. Again, with almost every category in Muppet RaceMania,
what do we have to do?
It's got a lot of RNG, and the level of visceral disgust displayed in the split names is representative of how annoying the actual boss fight is for that boss. And the way boss fights work is if you do adventure mode on the level and collect, I believe, all the food and all the stars, then you unlock the boss challenge. So, let's see, who should we play as? You want to play as someone with a special that completely freezes them. So let's do Scooter. Each Muppet's special move is different. Scooters, there's a few of them that make them completely stop, and Scooters, I believe, is the bubblegum, if I remember correctly. So, I'm gonna go ahead and use the bubblegum. Let's see how this goes.
I'm a nice guy.
As long as you don't make me mad. There's doggies barking downstairs. Ruff, ruff. Ruff, ruff, ruff. I don't know if that's audible. So basically, I just want to camp in specific areas, wait for them to come around. I've played this game enough to know how the AI functions, so you can kind of predict how they're going to work. Oh, fuck. Damn, that was pretty good. It wasn't great. I mean, I still lost 10 seconds, but I mean, you know, I didn't take any damage, so.
Do you enjoy riding the double-decker buses?
Yes, especially when they're headed out of
So these guys are supposed to talk when they do that zoom in, but when you do the level and then load the boss challenge immediately, the joke that Stalter and Waldorf make continues to play. It does not get cut off. And then this guy starts talking, like, afterward. It just gets in the queue, and I think that's pretty funny. So you can also deal damage from just bumping into them. And the higher speed you're going relative to their speed is how much damage is put out. But that's a little bit harder to do as consistently rather than just like hit them with objects. Ugh. That's not too bad. Can save 30 seconds there, apparently. If I remember correctly, I think I still have the world record
Have
for
you
this
ever
one.
done any acting?
All the time. I act like I want to be here.
We have lots of great ideas.
Alright, so this one you have to fight 3. Yes, 3 motherfuckers with the 1 life bar. However, there's a trick. So I'm going to show you the trick. Here's the trick. So one of them is shorter than the others. With the other ones, they'll try to jump up here, and then all I have to do is hang off the edge, and they'll hit the the bottom of my cart. You'll see that in just a sec. And then I can just chain damage like that. Oh, whoops. Oh. They got scared and ran. Oh my god! Yo! Okay, I don't know what just happened, but it was epic. Now this strategy is of course way slower than doing this like the hard way, I guess. Since I've fallen, I've got 2 chickens. I'll do that. However, it's also much easier, and the chances of you dying are basically 0%. So I'd rather take the 0% death chance than like the fucking 80% death chance. But that's just me. Penguins you can just drop on these motherfuckers, so I just cycle the stars until I get the double penguin in the interim. Chickens, if aimed correctly, can also hit them. Oh, holy shit, I just fucked that fucker up. Damn, this is actually going really fast in comparison to the usual speed of doing the strat. I'm getting a lot of penguins, I guess. It really is just based on how many penguins you get. The only way that these guys can actually get up here is if they follow you. Like, if they're right behind you, they'll kind of like copy your movements and follow you up here. But if you're up here and they're not already, then the chances of you having to deal with them coming up here is literally impossible. Because they'll just do this. I could probably just finish them off. In fact, I think I'm just going to try to do that. Alright, buddy. Oh, that's not too bad, actually. Like, only a minute lost. When you keep in mind that my PB does the hard strat, you know, when you keep that in mind, that's actually not too bad. Alright, so here is the hardest fight, by a long shot, the hardest fight. Because this is, you have 2 guys with full health bars, so it's like the previous one, except in this level you have no secret area that you can just camp in. So you just have to like play well and don't get fucked over, like that. Don't let that happen. So there is a strategy, but it's kind of difficult to set up. You can get them spinning and like kind of spinning in the central chamber here. I'm going to try to set it up. And then you can hit them a lot. But we'll see if it works. It's not. It's kind of, it's one of those things where it's like an AI loop, except it's kind of hard to set it up. So usually they'll just run around the outer area. You have to kind of like get them within your orbit, I guess. Like the AI will just start following you and then lure them down here and then they'll start looping. But like that, you know, it requires finesse. So I'm just going to give up on that strategy. Also, I'm already at fucking half health, so I'm just going to reset that.
We're gonna scare you right off
Another
the
thing to
course.
note is that there's also a timer located at the top of the screen. You have 5 minutes to do all this shit. And when there's multiple targets and you're trying to play it a little safer, that 5 minutes runs out kind of quickly. Jesus fuck.
We're gonna scare you right off the course.
Really? Okay. Usually they'll just spin in the opposite direction to whatever you're doing, and then you can run into them. Sometimes when they get hit, they'll twirl around and start following you. And then the only real way that you can hit them is penguins, or you can turn around. Try that. Oh, fuck off. Prick. Prick, prick, prick. They went back out. Coming back in. Alright. Now, look at the bottom right for the mini-map, by the way, in case you're wondering how I know where they are. Alright, this is definitely working a little bit better than the last time. No. Come back to the middle, come back to the middle, come back. Fuck off. Alright, so I mentioned before specials. Typically you don't get to the point where you collect enough to actually use them, but on this one, the chances of you needing them, or like, you know, just running around like a jackass so much, to like actually collect enough food to use them, relatively higher than any of the other ones. So I'm going to try to get my special up. And you want to special them right next to a star, so you can just infinitely, well, I guess not infinitely, because the special does run out, but you can get as many hits on as the special lasts. Okay. So I've got less health than this guy, and that's scary. That's fucking stupid. Come on, bud. Sometimes they can get stuck. Being a cock. Alright, there we go. Alright. 2 more. This one's actually fun, because you can get into like a really cool AI loop that could theoretically end the fight like almost immediately. Do this on the other side. So normally what I do here is I just do this, and sometimes you can get into a situation where the pig chief will just kind of run around you and get hit every single time because you're just leaving so much shit. So if they keep circling around you, which is what they do sometimes, then they'll just constantly take damage, and that's kind of happening right now. It's not as consistent as I would like, but it's happening-ish. Alright, now they're running away? Okay, well... Oh, wait, no, wait. Okay, wow, awesome, holy shit. Best segment. That was apparently by a long shot the best I've ever done. Holy fuck.
This place kinda looks like a hospital.
Okay.
I hope so, because this kid
Theoretically,
makes me
you could
sick.
do that with almost any of them, except that specific kind of setup of level and area and like the guy you're fighting is just it just melts together, and that strat is just so fucking viable. Please give me a penguin. Oh, thank you. So you can get into spins with this guy, and then do this. Okay. Come on, prick. Alright. I'm so surprised by the pig split. That was really good. But anyway, that's the run. And when you kill them, you actually get a new secret, and then you get to do a battle mode where you actually get to play as the boss character. I would have liked it if like it allowed you to like actually play these guys in the main game. That would have been cool. I would have preferred that. Like if you beat them, then you unlock the Muppet. Like that's how it works in this. Like say for example, instead of it being a boss challenge in a menu, it was the boss is just hidden somewhere, and then you do a boss challenge. Like you do the race challenge in the Muppets, and then like you fight them, and then I would have appreciated that. I think that would have been cool. But, you know, that's just my opinion. What is this guy's special? I don't know if I've ever looked at that. I guess they would have to have their own specials, wouldn't they? Oh, they don't. Huh. Okay. They just don't have a special move. Alright. Well, thank you for checking out the Muppet Runday. And, what other categories? I guess there's a few other categories, like, reverse stunts I could do next week. But, yeah, that'll be it for this week's Runday Sunday. And, I gotta go pee, so I'm just gonna go ahead and end this with no... Yeah, I'm gonna get the fuck out.